So now we're in our main bedroom, and I think this room is a particularly good example of that high-low mix. And I really do try and look for things in all different kinds of places. So we've got the vintage rattan dressing table here, but like the little stool is a piece from IKEA, which I've just popped a little bit of foam on top and then covered. The curtains are expensive. I made them with fabric from Penny Morrison, but we've also got another IKEA piece which I painted here. So I think it's that kind of mix of both the more expensive and the high street, independent designers and more big box store pieces that firstly make it realistic from a budget point of view, but also make a room feel very unique and individual, because it's your eye and your lens that has chosen all of those different things from different places, and no one else can really recreate that, and I think that's super special. And then with everything else, it was just finding those really gorgeous tones of greens and pinks, and not just going for one, which I think can end up feeling quite bland, but having multiple tones within those two colour families, while actually keeping the walls obviously quite sedate because it's a rental and we had to agree the colours. If this were my own home, no doubt the colours on the walls would be a little punchier, but I think that's really the only difference. I do think it's so important to see every single part of a room as an opportunity to maximise space. So under this bed, I've got storage for coats, I've got storage for t-shirts, I've got storage for handbags. We've got a lovely little ottoman here, and that keeps all of my hair products and beauty and all of that stuff. Drawers are all super organised and pretty full. But yeah, you know, it's a constant battle, and I think you have to keep on top of it. And quarterly, I really do have a vet. I donate a lot to the Mine charity shop on Chiswick High Road. So any locals, make sure you keep your eye out. Quarterly deposits sent over there. And yeah, really keeping on top of it and making sure that you still love everything that you're holding on to is probably my #1 tip for keeping the storage situation under control. This piece is my favourite piece in the whole house. It's by Hester Finch, and I really toyed with not putting it here because obviously unless you're doing a house tour, people don't generally come into your bedroom. But I decided that actually it's fine to be selfish when it comes to art, and I love seeing it here every day. The palette obviously is bang on for this room. I love her. I think she's so beautiful, and she'll definitely be coming with me in my bedroom pretty much forever, I reckon.
This is the main bedroom. So this is my sanctuary, which I love in here. And actually this definitely sold the house to me because there's a bath in the window, and I am half mermaid, but I've always wanted a fireplace in my room. Again, more shelves up here featuring some of my favourite things. So another marble that I designed. I always have white bed linen. I think it keeps the room calm and just acts as a really lovely backdrop. We bought these beautiful vintage ones from L'Absurde Object that's run by Kristen, again, local to Margate. And I love this colour and the cord against the light. The bedroom leads into my pride and joy, my dressing room. So it's a complete pink box. I think my husband was away and I came back from my business trip, and the decorator was just originally going to paint the walls blush pink. And I said, stop, paint the whole room. Let's go get floor paint. And I love the way the two colours are together, because it's not a sickly girly pink. It's this really rich, quite sophisticated pink, and I just love it. And we've got this, I think it's 1940s dressing table. I think it's a walnut veneer, which again, another one of my eBay treasures from our first flat when we were 25, and I love it, and I love that it's in the window, and I do sit at it every day. And then my daughter comes in, and both of them come in and try on my shoes just like I used to, and they're trogging out here with them in my bags and my long dresses, so it's quite an entertaining space sometimes.
So this is our main bedroom. This bedroom was a real lockdown project. During lockdown, I decided to panel all the walls and paint it this gorgeous neutral colour, which was Flawless by Crown Paints. This has been a really difficult room to decorate. I used a block colour before and that didn't work. So then I used a busy wallpaper pattern to add a lot of interest, but we just found it was too much. In the end, wall panelling in a light neutral has made it a really soothing space. Instead, I brought colour and pattern in on the bed. This beautiful bedspread is by Heels Furniture, and then I made this bolster cushion. This fabric is by William Clark. It's Irish linen. It's called Wild Grasses. I just love the florals on the front. And then these large cushions here are fantastic, and they're by Romo. This wavy mirror is one of my favourite things in this room. I love the aubergine colourway. It's by David Hun Lighting, who have recently branched out into mirrors. And then the side tables are really compact by Christina Dam Studio. I love how you can contain books, but it's really slimline. In terms of the decor for this room, I kept it really minimal because the panelling does all the talking, but I picked up this pretty wall-hung vase while I was in Copenhagen, and it just looks great in the corner of this room.
So this is our bedroom, and as you can see, it's blue upon blue upon blue in different shades, and this was very intentional. As opposed to outside when I wanted it yellow and bright and energized, I really wanted our bedroom to be somewhere a place of calm, peace, serenity, and to chill. So the first thing with the blue was this wallpaper mural, which is clouds, which was terribly hard to hang because it all has to be exactly right for the clouds, and obviously clouds are hard to kind of judge, but we got there in the end, and I think it just makes a really lovely feeling of kind of floating in the clouds. Again, this is from Designers Guild, and I was really excited to find a cloud light in IKEA of all places, which actually really helps in terms of looking at the cloud aesthetic. The themes of blue continue to the headboard, and I love it. It's a designer friend of mine called Eva Shanaike, and she does a lot of kind of African influenced modern design, and it's a symbol, a very traditional symbol of eternity. And given me and my husband in this room, we want to have, I think it's a great symbol of marriage. Over on this side, we have the fireplace, and continuing on the theme of love and marriage and eternity, I've got one of my most precious pieces here, which is actually a marriage proposal. So in traditional Nigerian weddings, when you get married, the husband's family or husband-to-be's family must present the bride-to-be's family with a letter explaining why they would like to take their daughter as a bride and how they're going to be such a lovely new family for them. And so this is the letter that was presented to my family, and it was handwritten on a beautiful ashoke, which is kind of like a African silk cloth, and I just thought it was too special to put in a drawer, so I had it framed and hung here in our bedroom.
So this is the main bedroom, the darkest room in the house. I don't often use dark colours unless it's in the bedroom, because I really love that idea of being cocooned when you're asleep. You don't have to have as much natural light, but I've made it slightly brighter by colour matching the green in my wallpaper, and I've colour drenched the woodwork, the bespoke cupboards we have made. So with the curtains, we had them bespokely made, and I've gone again with the green to match the wallpaper, and then gone really fun with a ruffled trim to bring it all together. When I saw this bed from Soho Home, I absolutely had to get it. I just love how luxurious it is, and it's just the centerpiece of the bedroom. And I didn't really want any furniture to take away from the bed. As in every room, we've got these amazing original fireplaces, and when we moved in, the room was carpeted, and we ripped up the carpet and we found all these tiles. We're not quite a fan of them, and they will be replaced. And I'm thinking I might design paint some tiles myself. keeping with the botanical theme, I have these amazing prints that we've had since I met my husband by Maria Miriam, who was a botanical illustrator and scientist 150 years before Darwin. And I just love them as a 3, and I think they just work really well in this room. Again, lots of the furniture in here were either done by my dad or I find at auction, because I absolutely have always loved dark furniture from the past, because I feel like it's made better and I just love its heritage feel, especially in the house of this age. But what I love doing is modernising it by bringing in my colour palettes and my pattern.